Hello and welcome. Today we are going to begin the first of two lessons on how to insert a table into a Microsoft Word document. This first lesson will be a review of vocabulary and a review of the properties of a table. These things must be understood before you can insert your table into a Microsoft Word document. Our vocabulary words are table, cell, row, column, title, label, and intersect. Okay, a table is an organized display of information laid out in rows and columns. A row is a horizontal arrangement of items or data. A column is a vertical arrangement of items or data. The intersection is where the row and the column meet. When a row and a column meet, they form a cell. A cell is a unit in a statistical array or a table that is formed by the intersection of the row and the column. A label is a descriptive or identifying word or phrase. And a title is a descriptive name for something. Okay? So now that we have the vocabulary down, we're going to use a table to illustrate and look at each of these words. We're going to use a table that was created by a student to record the time she practiced each day of the week for her typing homework. This student created it so that she could keep track of the minutes practiced. Her title is Typing Practice Time, and that is an appropriate title because it's talking about the time she practices. We'll start with the basic table. She began with the title. Again, she was creating the table in order to keep track of her practice time, so she called it Typing Practice Time. The title is appropriate and descriptive. The title should be placed centered with the table itself, and the first letter of each of the words should be capitalized, just like all titles. It should be centered with the table. Usually, the title will be above the table. However, it can be at the bottom, depending on the type of document you're inserting it into. Here we have the array of the columns and rows and the cells they create. Next, we'll look at the word column. The columns on this table are shown by the arrows. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. Each of the columns will organize the information contained in a vertical manner. That's why the arrows are facing down the way, the direction of the information. The rows are going to organize the information horizontally. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows, and they will be organized the information horizontally. Now, each of the columns and each of the rows needs a label. The label describes or tells the reader what is contained in that column or that row. The student has chosen the following labels for the columns. We have day, date, beginning time, ending time, and number of minutes practiced. Notice that in the labels, there is no mention of typing practice time. It just says number of minutes practiced. We know from the title that the practice time stated in this column is going to be typing time because that's the name or the title of this table. For labeling the rows, the students chose Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the days of the week. At the very bottom, the last row is labeled total. This is where the student is going to total or add up all the minutes practiced, so she knows how many minutes she practiced for the entire week. Once the data is entered into the table, it would look like this. You'll notice that that 2 of the cells are highlighted. This is for illustration purposes. If the student wanted to know what date the Wednesday was of that week, she can look down, choose the date column, and Wednesday, and where they intersect, that particular week, Wednesday was March 25th, 2015. The same thing is true if she wanted to know how many minutes she practiced on Saturday that week. She would look down number of minutes practiced, that column, go over to the row, find Saturday. Where they intersect is the cell in which the information will be. So on that Saturday, she practiced for 9 minutes. The information in this table can be changed and the table itself can be used for another week. If the student wanted to use this over a period of time, the student could erase all the data in the cells, leaving the column labels and the row labels, and then just change it each week so that the student would have the information they need.